All right, welcome to Labadee Haiti. We are here on Symphony of the Seas, and they are back to stopping here at Labadee. And be assured, it's very safe. It's a private, secure area, and it's perfectly safe. And the weather is always hot and sunny here and beautiful. So we're going to give you a quick little tour of what's new at Labadee, and we're going to show you the food. We're going to show you food from the regular area and the food from the Barefoot beach. So everyone's having a good time here in Labadee, so stay tuned and hang on for the ride. First thing, I will just let you know that the water ferry is back. Usually before about 11 in the morning, they will operate this little water ferry. This is what they used to use for the tenders when the ships would tie up over there, but this goes to Columbus Cove and Nelly's beach. So if you get off before 11 in the morning, this is a fun and convenient way to get over to the little calm beaches for families, Nelly's beach and Columbus Cove. All right, so once you get out to the main area from the ship, there's a towel station here. There's one also before you get off the ship. And here's our little band playing. And there's a nature trail right off to the left. So let's go up there and look at the views from the nature trail. Get a good view of the ship. All right, so it's an uneven surface, not really accessible for a wheelchair, but it's an easy walk, just a few minutes. And here's someone jogging. Never seen anyone jogging on the nature trail, but look at that. Isn't that pretty? What a nice view. Because that's what you can expect to see on one part of the nature trail. It does continue. We will take that and see where it goes. So continuing on this little nature trail, I don't think I've ever been on this before. So it's not that old, but you have beautiful views of the water, crystal clear water, and here's some really pretty overlooks. Really, really pretty. So on the other side of these little overlooks, it takes you back over here to the lunch area. One of the lunch areas, and this is the landing for the zip line. So we'll turn it around. Actually, this is not a lunch area. This is the sip and paint, one of the tours, so you can do a little painting here. But it's near the landing for the zip line. Just down below, that is where your main lunch area is, on this side of the island. And they open up about 11:30. And here is another extension of the nature trail. You can actually go up to the Dragon's Breath, which are the rocks shaped like a dragon, and the water whooshes up and it sounds like a dragon's breath. So that's what they call the Dragon's Breath. I think I have that on another video, but just wanted to show you this is the main lunch area, and here's the landing for the zip line, the big one. If you haven't done it, you should try it. Here come some zip liners now. You can sit up, or you can be Superman. So you could be like this, like a starfish. Or you could do the Superman. Here comes another one. This is a low one. I don't know why they're so low. All right, we have a new star.
Hello.
Hey. So the zip line for the people sitting down is closer to the water. That's weird. Oh, this person got stuck. So I don't remember them being that low to the water. Usually they were all up high, but I guess they put you on the zip lines for whichever position you're going to stay at. So this person got stuck. So this is what you call Adrenaline Beach, and as I told you, there was rocks And this person got stuck on the zip line. But anyway, there are rocks and waves on this side of the beach. I recommend the other side by Columbus Cove and Nelly's Beach. And now the person is being pulled into safety, no problem. But this is one of the few lunch areas that they have. Right here. And there's a few around, but lunch will be about 11:30. But this is a nice place to have your lunch because it's right here overlooking the water. So we circled back around the main entrance, but if you were to come through the main entrance, the first main area on the left where we were showing you the seating, that is the general food area. They have burgers, chicken, hot dogs, corn on the cob. We'll see that a little bit in the video. Now, as I said, there are shuttles that take you around. You can easily walk instead of these. It might be quicker just to walk instead of waiting for a shuttle. So we can easily walk. There's a little wide walkway here. And we will just
there, and you see the ship.
Walk down. There's a lot of people waiting on shuttles. So we'll just walk, get our exercise in. But what we're doing now is heading to Barefoot Beach. I'm going to show you inside the Barefoot Beach, which is the private area for suite guests and Pinnacle Club members. And we're going to compare the food between what they have there and the general area. Most of it's the same, spoiler alert. But let's see what's different. Well, one of the things you can't get if you're taking a shuttle is you miss little things like this, overlooks, and there's a coffee bar. Yep, right there's a coffee bar. There's a little park here, and voila, just like that, we are right up here at the entrance to Barefoot Beach. You just show your credentials, they give you a wristband, and you go in. And there's restrooms over here. On the other side are lots of chairs and umbrellas for part of Adrenaline Beach. If you keep walking down this path, further down on the right, you will get to Nelly's Beach and Columbus Cove. So let's get our wristbands. All right, so we got our wristband, and there are cabanas in here. So you can reserve those. Those are for a fee, but there's plenty of shade and free loungers with umbrellas. You can get it back here under the trees. You can get out here. It looks pretty crowded. It looks pretty crowded. So if you want good seating, especially on a spring break type thing, you're gonna have to get here a little early if you want to be closer to the water, which I would be. But if you're by yourself, like I am right now, you can just park up anywhere. But you know, there may not be anything here, especially in the shade. So this is what it looks like out here. I'm not usually one to just sit around anyway, but you can see this would be the premium section right here. You can always just get a towel and hang out at the beach. There's probably as crowded as I've ever seen it. There's our ship, and they have these little floating loungers. Anyone can go. There's floating mats you can get for free here. That's a wonderful over-the-water cabana right there. That's a beautiful one. So a lot of kids here. It is spring break. If you can ever come here on like a Mariner of the Seas or on a Voyager class ship, you won't get any crowds like this. But a lot of times after lunch, people just leave. So that is your look, and there's some more over-the-water cabanas. So that is your look at Barefoot Beach. I'm gonna show you the buffet area. It's not time for buffet, but it will be soon, and I'll show you that. But your amenities here, basically, you have to pay for your own drinks or use your package to get your drinks. It's just basically access here, and it's more of an exclusive area, but it's probably just as crowded at Nelly's Beach as it is here. So wonderful Labadee. All right, so the lunch area is open. By the way, there's a bar here right next to the food, but let's compare what you get in the premium area. This is your normal thing right here. First you get your buns, then you get your little potato salads and tomato salad or Caesar salad. You have toppings. Looks like you have shrimp. You have a shrimp salad. You can make a shrimp salad sandwich. They have shrimp. I don't think they have that at the regular area. Here you have hot dogs, burgers, cheeseburgers, corn on the cob. Let's check the corn on the cob, rice and beans, jerk chicken. We'll show you the cheeseburger, hamburger and cheeseburger, and then hot dogs and steamed buns. So that's it. Then you have your desserts, typical stuff. The chocolate sponge, grandma chocolate sponge, coconut macaroon, banana rum cake, and some fruit. And that is your whole selection here. And then your drinks, your condiments, and your bar. And I got myself a highly recommend pina colada with Gosling's rum. So that is the lunch selection here in Barefoot Beach. All right, so I had my lunch here at Barefoot Beach, and I really loved the jerk chicken. That was proper jerk chicken. Probably the best jerk chicken I ever had. It was spicy, just enough spice to heat up your head. It was amazing. Corn on the cob was fresh. It was really good. The potato salad was good. I even splurged and had a coconut macaroon and one of those chocolate things. But it was really, really good. So here we are, Barefoot Beach. There's a look at the ship. And this is a pretty crowded time of year to come here, spring break. So lots of sweet guests. If you can ever come here on a smaller than Oasis class ship, it'd even be much better. But still, get off the ship by 9 or so. You can get here if you have access to this area, and you can get yourself a good seat, front row. All right, guess what? It's time to go check out the lunch at the regular area, just to see if my suspicions are confirmed that the only thing different here was the shrimp and the shrimp salad. So let's walk on over there and check it out. All right, we're gonna give you a little tour of the other beaches here. This is Adrenaline Beach. Lots of chairs, loungers.
Hello.
Hello. And we have clamshells, half clamshells. They are available for rent. But this beach goes all the way down. Hi.
Hi.
All right. This goes all the way down, and there's a floating bar down there, which we'll show you, but lots of capacity here for people and umbrellas as far as the eye can see. Let's go down there and show you the floating bar. So take a look at all these loungers. They're like tons of them. They're on this stretch of beach. Further around the other side, you can see a bunch of them there. This is the beach for the clamshells. That'd be the way to go. These umbrellas work. There are some hammocks here. There's some palapas in the water. There's a big floating bar. And this is a big one. Bigger than the one at Coco Cay. The water is so clear, but there's rocks. So they keep you in. This is not a bad beach right here, actually. But there's rocks. This is not a bad beach here. The one further down by the end of the zip line, that's not as good. This is a little more protected. But you can see off there, there's your floating bar and some in-water palapas. So this is certainly not a bad place to hang out. Oh, get a hammock. The water's always beautiful here. And you can see beyond those rocks, that's a little more rough. More rocks along the shore. So further out towards Columbus Cove, that's the place to go. All right, on with the tour. All right, so one of the features you may not have known about, there is a little water park area, a splash bash. And you can cool off here. Little kids can come play. And that's down here near the end by Columbus Cove. All right, so this is the one of the launch areas by Columbus Cove, and I'm not going to go into detail, but it's got the same stuff we saw at the suite area, minus the shrimp and shrimp salad. This has larger serving portions. Corn on the cob, rice and beans, hamburgers, hot dogs, jerk chicken. And as you can see, it's a larger area, but it's got the same stuff as the Barefoot Beach area. It's got the same stuff. Just doesn't have the shrimp and shrimp salad. But it's got the corn on the cob, hamburgers, hot dogs, cheeseburger. As you can see, same stuff. Just more crowded. And if you come all the way here to the end, there is your market. There's in there, indoor, and sort of an outdoor one here. There is back of house, getting close to the exit here, and then this is all Artisans Market and Artisans Village. Just to show you. It's interesting.
Yes.
All right. Sac passe. Here is the Artisans Market, and yes, they are aggressive. Just want to walk through here. I'm going to show you a little glimpse of Columbus Cove. And since I've shown you the I've shown you the other food, I'm just going to show you Columbus Cove. And it's a long walk from here back, but I want to take the shuttle back. But as you can see, there's no shortage of things for sale here. And it's a pretty good walk. There is a shuttle here over by the beach. We'll show you where that is. But as you can see, plenty of things here. Plenty of things to buy. It's amazing how much stuff is here. I'm actually surprised there's this much stuff here. All right, we made it to Columbus Cove, and it's a nice family beach, very calm. Lots of loungers and umbrellas. Again, you could take the water ferry here, get here early for best seating. We'll take you out here to the water, just give you a quick glimpse. Spring break in full force. There's the water taxi. I don't think it's operating now. It's already shut down. Now they have the shuttles going back to the ship, but there's where you would meet for the Wave Runner tour. And as you can see, it's packed, wall-to-wall people. So we began the video way down there on the pier. And Barefoot Beach is on the other side of that thing. It's where they used to tender. And then this is Nelly's Beach over there. There's a little water slide. I don't know if it's free. I'm not really sure. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe it is. And this is Columbus Beach. All right. It's quite busy here. Time to head back. I'm going to give you a ride on the tram. Okay, so evidently the water park costs something. so we can go back to the ship. This way it says back to the ship. Where can we catch the nearest shuttle? That's the question. I don't know if I want to go back to the market because I don't want to be attacked. So I'm gonna go this way where it says back to the ship. So we'll go this way, and I'm sure there's a shuttle stop along the way. All right, so we took that little nature trail from Columbus Beach, and this is Nelly's Beach. It's a little smaller. It's actually nicer, looks like. It's better than Columbus Beach. Columbus Beach has the water park thing, and this is a little smaller. And this is a decent area here. But again, more seats that you can imagine. All right, let's go to the shuttle bus. Here's one of the bars at Nelly's Beach. And look, it's got a nice little cushy area here. You can sit and enjoy the drink in the shade. All right, now we are going to the tram stop. Should be down over here along the main pathway. And I will take you back in record speed. All right, so just like that, we made it back to the ship. As you can see, it's right there. And again, my best tips for Labadee would be to get off early, get a good seat. Nelly's Beach is my #1 recommendation for general families. You can take the water taxi over if it's early. It does go to Columbus Cove, but it's right there between Nelly's Beach and Columbus Beach. So check out the area, walk around, do the nature trails. Just keep checking it out. And I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for much more coming from another Royal Caribbean cruise ship near you. And just like that, we're right here, back to the pier. So anyway, I hope you really like this video of Labadee. Ended up giving you the full tour, and it's hot as Hades in Haiti. My best tips are get off the ship early, get yourself a good seat. Nelly's Beach is a great beach for general families. If you're in a suite or pinnacle, you can use the Barefoot beach. That's also nice. Get here early, get your seats, and be sure to walk around and check out some of the areas that I showed you here. It's a pretty nice time and doesn't cost you a thing. So thanks for watching. Give this a thumbs up, please. And please subscribe for my lots and more of videos of Royal Caribbean cruises. So peace out.